Welcome back, boys and girls, to another literature series. I changed locations. Am I in my classroom? Yep, I still am. But I'm at the back of my classroom. Just wanted to change up the scenery so that way you guys had a different background. Every time I read these stories, it wasn't always the same. Today, we're taking a look at a very, very good book. I like it. I think it's a really good book. But it kind of threw me off a bit from the title and from the way it looks. So we're just going to jump right into this one, and I hope we can figure out what's going on in this book. The title of the book's called Red. You notice anything already? What? It's called Red, but it's in blue. And here's red, but it's blue. And then orange is like, what? And yellow is like, uh-oh. Huh. So Red, a crayon story. Let's take a look at this book and see what it's about. I'm going to take the cover off. Sometimes I get it be in the way. Red, a crayon story, as told by me. Now there's a pencil in there. Now I'm really thrown off. He was red. That's confusing, right? He was red, but it's blue. But he wasn't very good at it. Oh dear. That's what Olive said. So he's red, but he wasn't good at being red. His teacher thought he needed more practice. I'll draw a red strawberry. Then you draw a red strawberry. You can do this, really? But he couldn't. Really? Like this? Oh my. Let's try again. His mother thought he needed to mix with other colors. Why don't you two go out and draw a nice round orange? A really big one. A really orange one. So she brought yellow to go with red. Because if you mix yellow and red, they make orange. But they made a big greenish one. Yuck! Oops. So red's having a tough time being red. Interesting. See how this works out. His grandparents thought he wasn't warm enough. Your class is making self-portraits for Parents' Night. Wear this warm red scarf. Nice. It's so you. It's funny how Grandpa and Grandma are silver and gray. Because when you're old, you're silver or gray. To all the nans out there. Or G-moms or grandmoms or GGs or whatever how you call your grandmother. But it so wasn't. Oh, dear me. So look what Red did when Red drew himself. Now I wonder what's going to happen. How are we going to get this to fix? Everyone seemed to have something to say. Sometimes I wonder if he's really red at all. Don't be silly. It says red on his label. He came that way from the factory. Frankly, I don't think he's very bright. Well, I think he's lazy. Right. He's got to press harder. Really apply himself. Give him time. He'll catch on. Of course he will. But you notice, boys and girls, each color that's talking is the color that matches the label. I don't know how red's going to get taken care of here. Let's see here. But he didn't catch on. Green frog. Black sheep. Brown cow. Red ack. Oh, he tried to draw a red ant. Ended up being blue. I wonder what we're going to do here. How are we going to fix this? All the art supplies wanted to help. The masking tape thought he was broken inside. This will help hold you together. The scissors thought his label was too tight. One snip should do it. I thought he wasn't sharp enough. Stay still now. But even with all our help, all his hard work, seems he's still blue. He just couldn't get the hang of it. One day, he met a new friend. Will you make a blue ocean for my boat? Interesting. You see what happened there, boys and girls? All the other colors are trying to get him to be red. Get him to do red. Red ant, red strawberries, red, change your label, sharpen you up, straighten you up, red. He's never going to get it. Meet somebody new. Somebody never met him. Hasn't met those other crayons either. Meet somebody new and she don't even care. She just says, will you make a blue ocean for my boat? Focusing on what he is and not what labels are telling him he is. Wow. I can't. I'm red. Will you try? So he did. Thank you. It's perfect. You're welcome. It was easy. And he didn't stop there. Bluebells, blue jeans, bluebird, blueberries, blue whale. I'm blue! He was, scratched out. He was blue, and everyone was talking. My son is brilliant. Who could have known he was blue? I always said he was blue. You did not always say that. It was obvious. Oh, now it's obvious, they say. His blue ocean really lifted me. That was his new friend. All of his work makes me happy. His blue strawberries are my favorites. Now we're embracing him. I like this. He's so intense. I'm going to make a green lizard with him. A really big one. I hear he's working on a huge new project. He's really reaching for the sky. So now we're starting to accept him and embrace him for who he is and not for what the label was saying. You see that, boys and girls? Labels, when you label people, or you, like in this book, the label said red, doesn't make him red. You make you. He felt that he was blue, not the label. The label doesn't mean anything. What you mean, what you think, that's what it means. Let's find out. Let's see the last sentence so we can reread that. And he's really reaching for the sky. And he really was. The end. So boys and girls, that tale of, let me get the book's cover here. The tale of red is a story about labels and how people try to place you in your label. But that doesn't have to be the case. Because you see, his label said red, but you could tell he was blue. And he was being told red strawberries, red ants. Why don't you go help yellow and draw an orange? Because red and yellow mix makes orange. But he wasn't red, and he wasn't happy. He wasn't happy until he met a new friend who never looked at the label and looked at who he was. Looked past the label and said, hey, can you help me draw a blue ocean? And he's like, what, me? I'm red. Well, go ahead and give it a shot. I don't care what you think you are, right? And that's what happened in this book. So boys and girls, when you're meeting friends, you're meeting new people, think about who they are, what kind of person they are, and embrace them as a person and not for a label. not for what they think, right? Not for what they feel. So those are the things we want to take a look at when it comes to embracing each other and making sure that when we look at each other, we're looking at each other with open eyes and looking past those labels and embracing each other, just like we did in this story, Red. Making sure that you look at each person and how individual they are, and again, looking past those labels. And just like you've heard me say before, boys and girls, that I can't draw. And if someone asks me to draw something for them, they're trying to get me to try, right? They're trying to get me to embrace my inner drawer, even though it might not be the greatest. They're trying to make me feel good and make me feel important. And I think that's what Violet did. Let's reread that. Let me make sure if it was Violet. Nope, I was wrong. I think that's what Barry did here. Barry was looking past the label and asked for a blue ocean because they knew labels was just a label. Doesn't make you who you are. Boys and girls, think about that in life. And I hope you enjoyed the book Red, even though we know that red was really blue. Labels don't make you. You make you. See you soon.